I have said this 100 times before and I will say it again. Loving someone does not excuse the harm you cause them. And this is especially true for parents with their children. I think it's a common myth, or it's something that a lot of people seem to actually believe, that when you love someone, you bring your worst self in front of them, and not just your worst self, your most harmful self, your most abusive self, your most toxic self, and they'll just put up with it, and that's a sign of love. Now, this thing, it's been very common in a lot of relationships in India, in the past generations. Like, people think that you are allowed to treat your loved ones really, really badly, and it is a sign of love that they stay even after you treat them badly. And now we see it very commonly in the relationship between parents and children, right? So I have had parents saying this to me, not the parents of my clients, but other parents, who say things like, I lost control and I yelled at my child, but then I love them. They should understand that I love them and I do everything for them. So so what if I lost control once? My child will never have to go through the kind of hardship that I am going through right now. Or parents who say, I hit my kid, but then why should I apologize? I am their parent, and like, they should understand that I did not mean to do. They should understand that it hurts me more to beat them than it actually hurts them to get beaten up. And when parents say all these things, the first thing that comes to mind, like for me, is what entitlement. Just because you have a child and that child is dependent on you for survival, you feel like you can do anything with them and just call it love. You can hit them, you can belittle them, you can humiliate them in front of other people, you can make fun of them for their dreams, you can drag down their confidence by making fun of their insecurities, you can say anything you want to them, you can physically abuse them, you can verbally abuse them, you can give them the silent treatment, you can do whatever the hell you want, and that's okay because you love them or because you have good intentions. Absolutely not. That is not how it works. Just because you love someone does not mean that you get to hurt them. And I wish like there were posters of this hung up everywhere. Just because you love someone, just because you have good intentions, it does not excuse or neutralize the harm that you do in the relationship. When you love someone, your goal should be to show up as your best self and love them as your best self. Now, this is not to say that you're not allowed to make mistakes. This is not to say that you're not allowed to have bad days or bad phases where you're really struggling, you're not really your best version at the time. That is perfectly excusable and perfectly fine, especially in your relationship with other adults, because that's the whole point of an adult relationship, right? It's give and take. They support you through the hard times, you support them through hard times, but the goal is always to be the best version of yourself and support each other as the best version of yourself, right? And in the case of children, when it comes to parents and children, it's not even a give and take situation, because children cannot give. They are at a stage in their life where they are immature, they are not independent, their brains have not fully formed. There are a lot of structures that need to be developed. There are a lot of functions that need to be developed. There are lots of skills that they need to learn as they grow older. There is so much that has to happen before they become capable of supporting another adult. So, using your children as punching bags, using them as your emotional support animals, doing whatever the hell you want with them and just saying that, you're doing it because you love them, that is like the heights of entitlement. Children are not there to support you. Children are not there to make you feel better. They're not there to receive all the trash that you put into them, all your frustration and all your pain and all your unhealed trauma and all of that, and your fears and whatnot. If you have all these issues, you're not able to control your anger, you're not able to behave in a healthy way when you have these very intense emotions, then you need to work it out with another adult, preferably in therapy. Your children, you are not entitled to use your children as the band-aid for whatever issues you have in your life. You are not entitled to use your children as the things that make you feel better about life. So no matter how much you love them, no matter how good your intentions are, if you cause them harm, you need to apologize. You need to apologize, and you need to work on not doing that again. You don't get to continue causing harm and just be like, yeah, it's okay because I love them, and they should keep coming back to me just because I love them. Children will keep coming back to you when they're very young, because their survival depends on closeness to the caregiver. But then as they grow older, they withdraw, they distance themselves, and it's well within their rights to do that, because nobody has to put up with abuse and toxicity. Nobody has to put up with toxicity in intimate relationships, and that includes children. Parents are not owed unconditional love and support and respect from children, no matter what they do. So please, if you see a parent, or even if you are a parent who, you have good intentions, you want to be there for your child, you want to be a good parent, but then when you have intense emotions, you lose control, you hit them, you yell at them, you make fun of them, you do these things that are harmful for them, apologize, repair your connection with them, and work out your issues in therapy. Or, if you can't go to therapy, at least put in the effort by yourself. There are lots of resources that are available on the internet. But do something about it. Don't put all of that onto your child. You're not allowed to do whatever the hell you want and just call it love, because that's not love. That's entitlement. And a relationship where there is that level of entitlement will not last. That includes the relationship with your children.